Hi there. I was just putting away my most recent Project Life spread here. I have week 23, which spans from June 6th or 8th, no, 6th until the 12th. And I was just about to put it away when I realized, look at how full my album is getting. And here we are at the beginning to mid of June. And I would say that by the time I get to the end of June, I'm very likely to be filled up in this album, which means this is another year when I'm going to have two Project Life albums that span 1 year because, yeah, there's enough room in there for a couple more layouts. I like my albums to have pretty much parallel lines, so if I put too many more layouts in this, it's going to start to look like this on my shelf, which is not what I like. I like them like this. That got me thinking, it's been a long time since I've had two Project Life albums. I actually haven't had two Project Life albums since the first year that I did Project Life, which was 2012. So these are my 2012 albums. These are Becky Higgins' Cobalt collection albums. I did have the Cobalt collection cards, although I didn't like them. I got them because back in the day, it was very hard to get your hands on a Becky Higgins core kit. So I pre-ordered the Cobalt collection and I really didn't love it, but everything else was sold out when I went to order, and I thought, well, it's better than nothing. The idea of making my own cards just didn't appeal to me. And I really, really wanted the full Project Life experience. So I thought it might be fun just to walk through my Project Life from 2012 and see how things have changed as far as my Project Life approach goes. When I first started, obviously it was my first time doing Project Life, so it was a novelty and I really played around and was very creative and experimented a lot. I do apologize, there's going to be a bit of glare on these, but I will try to move the pages so that you can see the true colors the best that we can. So this is all Cobalt collection cards here, and these are those special cards that they gave you that are for the beginnings and ends of your project. So I just kind of used them. This I cut with, I believe I cut this out with my slice machine. Didn't do a whole lot on this cover page other than just kind of writing down our names. I put an embellishment here, wrapped some twine around this, put the volume 1 is January to June, volume 2 is June to December, and then I put two little bits of fibers right there. This is the first full page in my Project Life. And look, already I was putting two 3x4s together to make a 4x6. And this style is very interesting with the kind of journaling across the center and the photos and filler cards across the outside for the most part. That was very classic Becky Higgins Project Life style. And I did have these page protect, these dividers for the months. This one is for January. And I have these all through this project, and I don't think I ever used them as anything other than a divider. It's kind of a bit of a missed opportunity. If I were using these today, I would definitely be using them to hold things into my project. I've got a sampling of my daughter's handwriting there, some twine. I don't really use twine in this project anymore. I was keeping track of the weeks there, January 8th to 14th. I wasn't numbering the weeks, but I was keeping, kind of keeping a track of them. Labels from Martha Stewart. That's my favorite Creative Memories border punch. I loved that. I still have that. I used to use these Becky Higgins arrows. The Becky Higgins core kits used to come with not only the cards, but they would come with some embellishments as well, and that's what these are. I use these as dividers, and also a whole sheet of these arrow stickers, which were awesome, and I bought more because I loved them so much. And each core kit came with a different colorway of arrows that coordinated with the core kit. Some of my kids' artwork here and inserts. This is a Becky Higgins 12 by 6 by 12 inch page protector that I cut down. And then this looks like a full size page protector that I cut down and sewed the edge of. And oh, look, this is a design D. This is the sideways design A, which I did not enjoy using. So this isn't going to show up too many places. The problem with this is that of course, when you flip the page, now you have to do a whole other page with vertical 4x6 photos, which I rarely take vertical photos that are worth putting in that size of a pocket. So yeah, this was a challenging week, and I don't love how it turned out, to be honest. But yeah, those are our old cats, Maya and Naomi. They have passed away. Oh, look, order Project Life from BeckyHiggins.com. Next year I'll order early so I get the kit I want the most. So every week I used a different way of marking the passage of the time and the dates that are covered on each page. That got tiring over after a while. And look, all of these Martha Stewart labels, they were new at the time, so I was using them all over the place. I used them today on the Project Life spread that I used. I really like how they look here wrapped around and just the edges of them showing. I got to do that again. I like that. Have our Chinese food restaurant. This is our favorite place that we order from. It would be really cool to see how the prices have changed. I will have to get one the next time we order Chinese food so that I can compare. So I'm just realizing right now it's been 10 years. So this is kind of interesting. This is fun. It says, after all, it's my 40th year and I don't know where the years have gone. So it's my 50th year now. At least I'll know where this year went. So it says, although this album starts on January 1st, 12, this is the day that I decided to give this Project Life thing a go. So, okay. So I actually started on January 26th, and then I must have back scrapped these days, these weeks. Interesting. Interesting. So here we are. Now we're in February, and we have this divider here. This is a layered embellishment sticker. I used to use Project Life for lots of leftovers, like things that I might not use on my scrapbook pages. So a lot of scraps and leftovers and stuff would end up here. We were drinking Tassimo back then. We don't have a Tassimo machine anymore. Oh, and I used a little acetate piece there to make this pocket be see-through. I love that. I should do that more often. Really like how that looks. I was rounding the corners on a lot of my photos to make it reflect the rounded corners on the cards. Look at Scott. Oh my goodness. How young does he look there? Sophie's registered for school. I can't believe my YouTube channel has almost 500 subscribers. Wow. 498 subscribers. 47,139 views. This is my first design team. Scrapbook Supplies Online. They were an Australian company. And I was so happy they would send me a big box of goodies every month, and I would scrap my little heart out. So I really like how I treated this on the other side where you can see the Starbucks sleeve, and I just kind of used it as a background. I like that. I was packing for something. Oh, maybe for Disney. Yeah, our Disney vacation is only 2 days away. A little bit of Olivia's artwork, a photo of a gift that Sophie sent to Patrick, her friend at the time. I'm so excited I can't even dress myself. I put my socks on inside out that day. Then a whole page of Valentine's by the look of it. Ray's Reptile Zoo. That was, all the kids were having their birthday parties there, or that it was like a group that they'd come to your house and bring a bunch of snakes and reptiles and stuff. Busy with unpacking from Disney. So I do have a Disney specific Project Life, and so you won't see my Disney trip in here. It just, we marked that we were going, and right there, and then I marked that we were unpacking, and you have to go into my travel album in order to see the actual Disney pages. Here's a picture of me scrapbooking in the basement, back in the back room that time. My scrap room has had a lot of different iterations. I grabbed a piece of Disney confetti from the parade and added that to my project life. There's Charlie, our dog that we no longer have. Here's March Divider. And then kind of really classic layout here with the photos at the top and the journaling across the middle. But it took so much time. I just remember these pages taking so much time. Poor Olivia's sick. Oops, I totally dropped the ball and I missed some photos. So it says all the fun dressing up we did for Winter Carnival, and I completely forgot to take pictures. That would have been fun to have those Winter Carnival pictures, but that's okay. Stayed homesick today. I wrote that on the Halls wrapper. I used to do all kinds of creative things. I need to get my act together and do more creative things like that. So this time we didn't really buy lotto tickets very often, but this was a particularly big one. So we bought a lottery ticket, and then on the back we wrote all the things that we would have done that we would buy. So Livy would buy a computer, a DS, and a camera. And Sophie would buy a pink headband and earrings for Olivia and a TV. Tracy would buy scrapbooking stuff, especially a silhouette cameo, a large format photo printer, and an iPad 3. Scott would buy a Lamborghini, a Nikon D4, and a 2,000 square foot photo studio. Oh, look, a flippity flap. This is a homemade flippity flap. So what I did here was I took a page protector and cut it down so that I wound up with a 3x4 pocket, and then I sewed with thread because I didn't have a fuse tool. Yep, it's sewn with thread right onto there to make my own flippity flap. So there we go. I was flipping and flapping way back then. Oh yeah, Becky Higgins posted about me on her Facebook group. So Tracy's YouTube video about her Disney Project Life album is long, but you have to at least go to 750 and watch it for a minute. Light bulb moment for many. So that's where I started using QR codes in my project. And after that, one of Becky's design team members reached out to me for help with setting it up, and then they did a whole tutorial thing, and then everybody started doing it, which is awesome. It's nice to be able to include video in your scrapbooks. I am doing some art journaling here. I took a Christy Tomlinson sheet art workshop, and I was really watching a lot of Julie Faye Van Balzer's videos back then. I was doing lots and lots of art journaling at that phase of my life. Ooh, and here this is another one of those vertical design D pages. And I kind of went with a color scheme. This was my first time going with a color scheme. So I went with all kind of like browns and oranges here. I like how this one turned out, but these don't stay in the pocket all that well. I got my Instax camera, not an Instax printer, but an actual Instax camera. And so I took all these Instax, and I thought that it was a good way. That's, I think, why I use this page protector, is because it was a good way to use this. I better go faster, or we're not going to get through this very fast. Lots of effects on my photos back then. Ooh, look at this. Look at that. March 19th to the 25th. Wow. Find joy everywhere, every day. Did I cut that with my cutter? Yeah, I think I did. Alphabet Safari. Oh, more of the Alphabet Safari. And look, I used to use this die so much in my scrapbook pages and in my project life. Here, I covered it with washi tape and then cut it out. And yeah, it made a really nice tab for this insert. And journaling on my home screen was a big theme for me. And here's Olivia's Alphabet Safari. It's a card I made on my Cameo. I think that was my first thing that I ever made on my Cameo. This is a different, oh, look, it pulls out so that you can see it. Oh, and that's a die as well, or a cut file from my Cameo probably. Okay, we have to move faster. I like these square photos. Get it right. Sometimes we get it right. Bed made, laundry in progress, toys tidied. Yeah, sometimes we get it right. Okay, so I must have bought a new Mac. Nope, nope, nope. We just defragged it and put some energy into it. So here we are in April. Let's get moving a little bit faster. Oh, look, I used the negative space. Oh, look how cool that is. Why don't I do cool things anymore? I gotta up my game. Look at this. Here's the negative space, and I journaled inside of it. Oh yeah, I like that. We saw a hook. This is a stamp that I used, and then I put little circle confetti all over it. My business card from my work. Some more inserts. This was where Scott was profiled in the Sackville Photography Club. He later became the president of the club. Some learning stuff from somebody. And these pages were among Noni's belongings. It looks like she was a scrapbooker too. It feels so strange to be going through someone's belongings while they are still alive. I will cherish these pages. So this is, Noni had kept my wedding invitation and all of the little inserts that came with it and everything, even the envelope. And so I just printed up a photo of us with Noni. This was when Noni went into care. And so, yeah, keep this forever. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I was kind of touched that she kept it. And then this is Liv's Easter card. It's massive. And then I had this die for a camera, and I was making cameras, and so I thought I'd put one into Project Life, some Instax photos of our bowling trip, our bowling day, not trip, but our day at the bowling alley. Oh, look. So I specifically put this paper here because I love this paper, and I didn't put anything else on it because I knew that you would see it like this. And then there's Naomi outside with Liv. Look at Liv's hat. And now here you also see it here, and I kind of made it so that you can see that through there as well. Lots of these sorts of things. I don't know if I cut those out or if they came in kits that I was subscribed to. I think I cut these out. This was me using my silhouette. Yeah, so this is a little note from Liv's preschool or Sophie's preschool that talked about how kind she is and thoughtful. Lots of stamping. This Instax is on the outside of the pocket, but it is glued down and also stapled down so that it could basically go between these two pockets. The Footloose from the high school musical. And then a piece of that acetate. I got to do more of this. I'm going to do more of this next time. Next time I do Project Life, I'm going to put an acetate piece in there. Studio Calico stamps. We were rewatching Lost. I think this might have been our first rewatch since the show ended. Look at her. Oh, a Sobeys receipt. We can pull this out and have a look. It cost $20 to get what? What did we get? Neo-Citron was $7.99. Skim milk was $6.99. Cranberry juice was $5.99. And a 10-cent deposit. It's not that different. I think milk is still about $7 for a 4-liter jug. Yeah, I don't think prices have really changed all that much. I used to use bread tags as tabs all the time. That was my jam. Bread tie tags or tabs. Scrappy happy won my giveaway. Oh, and then I have a page about my dad in here. It's a funny place to put my dad, to put a layout about my dad. So this would be May 3rd, 2012. The insert is just memories of my dad, kind of marking the day that he passed away. Another Handley print here with the gray skies and the clouds and the more of my dad. So this is like a full-sized insert. It's not like a page. It says May 3rd insert right there. And I used a bunch of Tim Holtz stuff that I don't normally use because it's kind of like he was a carpenter, and so it's kind of, he had a workshop and all of that stuff kind of reminds me of my dad. So then there's NSD, National Scrapbooking Day. And then there's a little pull tab here so that you can see the whole playbill thing for the play that my daughter was in. And Happy Mail. There's a piece of artwork that I did, piece of artwork that Liv did. I think Liv, yeah. Mother's Day present from Liv. Mother's Day book from Liv. She was going by Livy then. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so this needs to be re-glued. This is because I was using, back then, I wasn't using Tombow. I was using Thermoweb. And guess what doesn't last forever? Thermoweb. So this says it's not all rainbows and unicorns. Or no, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. And I used little butterfly die to cut those out, I think. And then there's some journaling here. Private for family reading only, please. So it's not for anybody, just anybody's eyes. But this is just kind of like a little tent folded 4x6 card so that I could put the journaling in 2 panels on the inside. And then Mother's Day gift from Sophie is this book of kisses. Little kisses. Look, she kissed it with paint. In preschool, they made that. That's funny. Oh my goodness, look at the nails. I used to do DIY nail art all the time. This was when Canadian Tire money was going out, and so I had to kind of document it while we had some. I used to do stamping on my nails, so that's what this is. Those are stamps, and those are dots that you just kind of like dot on with a little. And then this is newspaper print that you use like a transfer technique to do. That was fun. And now this was a fun little insert where I've got like these 3 4x6 photos, and they're just adhered to a 6x12 inch piece of paper. And then for my tab, I used this wool in a little baggie this is from Scrapbooking supplies. It says Ross Farm on the little tab there. And then that's the map of Ross Farm. It was a little activity that we did. And here's the guy shearing the sheep, and that's the wool where that came from. Another one of those photos, an instacked sideways photo that's put in outside of the album so that it'll span the 2. This is an offcut from a die that I have that cuts those 5 hearts. Liv made her party invitations this week, so I think I helped her cut that out with my silhouette. New $100 and $50 bills are out, so I took a picture and included it there. My prize pack came from scrapbook.com. I won a prize for International Scrapbooking Day, and so I put the little ribbon that came with the prize on the little card. We went to see, they were screening Yellow Submarine at our local theater, kind of like a late night showing of it as some type, I think it was the anniversary or something. Yeah, it wasn't late night, it was 7 p.m. But anyhow, we went to see that. I had never seen it before, even though I am a very big Beatles fan, so it was nice to see it. These letters are all kind of coming off. And I put this over vellum because that pattern was just too much. It's too bright. But you can see out more nail art with the stamping. But you can see how bright and colorful my spreads were back then. I still use quite a bit of color. More nail arts with stamping, with clouds and a rainbow. That was fun. I like that. I should do that again. Now we're into June, and we better get moving. This looks like Liv's birthday, I'm guessing. Yep, all the cards that she got for her birthday. I have a ticket stamp and die set that I must have made those out of. All of her birthday party. Her birthday party 12 by 12 layout, I think, was the first time that I was published in a magazine. It was in Canadian Scrapbooker magazine. These are unfinished chipboard numbers and letters. And then I used the Amy Tangerine stitching template to make that, and more stamping on my nails. Oh yeah. Oh, hang on. Wait. I didn't even know that Tombow Mono Multi existed back then, so I did not realize that whatever I was using would not hold these letters in place. But this will. These are very cheap letter stickers. These are probably from the dollar store. And the good thing is that Tombow Mono Multi dries super fast, so it's not totally dry yet, but it's dry enough, it's tacky enough that I can put this in and they'll be fine. So that's good. So the flashback, and then there's an arrow pointing at the photo, and I just put this wooden frame right on the outside of the page. I think that's pretty cool. I used to include a lot of ephemera, like cheese packaging and the Pampered Chef, and like lots of tags and stuff. Somebody sent me these and I loved them. We were such a community then. Oh, look, you can't really see the journaling on that. Oh yeah, you can. I just can't see it from this angle. I can see it in the screen. Operation Friendship. Oh, right. Trying to get these two to tolerate each other. It didn't go well. They didn't make friends. And then this is a little challenge that my sister and I did, where we each took pictures of each other in the car. We were going scrapbooking shopping, and so we each took pictures of each other, and then we went home and separately scrapbooked each other's picture of that with the supplies that we bought that day. And I have the layout in my album from 2012, I guess. That was fun. We took our kids to the library too that day, so that's pictures from the library. And Sarah didn't know that the library is a place to go with babies. She thought that it was a place for studying and that you had to be quiet there. But around here anyways, the library is like the place to go with kids. And here are these numbers, and these numbers came in the Becky Higgins core kits, and there were lots of them so that you could do this sort of thing. So I numbered all these photos, and then I did the journaling right here to correspond with them, so I could tell like a coherent story. I love that photo. So much fun. And then here it says the end, and it says see volume 2 for more. So this would be the back side of that. It says June 2012, see volume 2 for more. And look, I changed kits. I finally got the kit that I wanted. Which kit was this? But I loved this kit. This was maybe the turquoise kit. Is that what it was called? Just turquoise? Oh yeah, I loved this. And also lots of stash here. So maybe I just got part of a kit. I'm not sure, but anyhow, I got my hands on some Project Life stuff that I loved. This is really nice. I like that. Taking time to do my nails. Just painted them plain then. Ooh, look at the inserts. These are fun. I like all of this. So this insert is in a packaging from Royal Mail. So I didn't get this kind of thing very often. These are refill tapes, I think for my Dymo label maker or something. And I used it as a little backing for this insert. Is there stuff in here? No. No, there isn't stuff in there, but it looks like it with all that stuff popping out. Our Bears Lake tickets, this to the Hunger Games, our 9-year anniversary. We must have gone to the movies that night or something. All the wishes that we got, the well wishes from Facebook. It's 19 years, and today is our wedding anniversary. So yeah. Aw. That's nice. First soccer tournament. I put a bunch of star confetti in here just from a star punch that I had. If you can see that. Sorry about the glare. I haven't been looking up at the camera very much, so I hope that you could see these things. Talked about the Pink Panther was the name of their group. These are sassafras little embellishments. I gotta do more of this stuff, man. Yeah, I'm glad I'm looking through this because this is giving me all kinds of ideas of stuff I don't do anymore and really should. Look at her with a fancy dress and she's scootering out on the road. All the sassafras stuff. I gotta pull out old stash and use it in my Project Life. That's what I have to do. July. Oh yeah, first migraine ever. I went through a period where I had migraines. I am lucky. I should knock on wood. But I do not get migraines. And yeah, I just went through a phase where I had a few of them and it was awful. Ooh, Canada Day. Look at the color scheme here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is nice. But yeah, this is cool. I like the high contrast. I love, oh, look, our old car. Man, I hated that car. I'm so glad. It had like the sliding doors like a van, and those things, they weren't like a fancier van would have the automatic, like it would close slowly, but ours would like, you could literally cut off your arm in that thing, especially if you're parked on a hill and then you close the door, it would just like slam with a huge amount of force. It was terrible. Look at these little birdies. What a cute way to use those. I think it was because I didn't have as many supplies that I was very creative. Like I was always using things in interesting ways. Cut out the word July in a nutshell. These were printables that I printed up at Staples Copy and Print. Oh, right, we went to Peggy's 40th birthday. I don't even remember that. That's our next door neighbor. It was nice to mingle with new people. And since it was next door, we didn't need a designated driver. Look at that. We went to Brave and I just printed that up and cut it out into a 4x6. And then I just added the tickets with some embellishments on it. Oh, remember Michelle? YouTube M. McKent? Oh, I remember her. She was so awesome and kind, the sweetest woman. Oh, I get so much nostalgia for the olden days of YouTube. Livy just flagged the pages of the dog she really loved. Look at all the flags. Oh, goodness. And there's another, even more July. So here I wasn't keeping track of the weeks so much. Like here I was, but then it was just kind of like, Here's some July in a nutshell and more July in a nutshell. So it wasn't so much week by week at that point. I must have been getting busy, or maybe I was doing other kinds of pages. What else is, so this is pastrami or salami packaging. Oh, there's one of my layouts. That is one of the ugliest layouts I've ever made, and I couldn't understand why it was published, but it was. It was because of the trees. They liked the tree technique, the lollipop trees. Yep, it's not my best work. And Scott, the prints are in, doing up all of his sports photography packages. Catching toads. Ooh, look at the pool party. Look at the color of this. Lots of using these sassafras letter stickers. Another insert with a tab. This is my Stampin' Up tab punch that I love so much. Pool photos are so much fun to scrapbook because they have all this color of blue, right? And then if you just have some supplies that pick up on that, it's so easy and fun. Love that. And I like this, that I tied the twine around the O. I don't do those sorts of things anymore. I need to. This is good. It's good to revisit your old stuff because you can revisit some old strategies and techniques while you're at it. Love this pink and yellow color scheme and blue. That was fun. That was our staycation that we took. So this is a different page. This is, I'm doing a couple of these now. The 4x6 pages. This is design C. And then this looks like I cut the page protector. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I don't know what this was, but this is design D. And I just cut it and cut the outside edge off of it to make it as a insert. More design C. Trampoline is fixed. It got ruined in a big storm. This is heavy. Whatever is in this, it's heavy. Oh, it's big. I don't know what's in here. Contents, family meeting agenda, menu plan made by Scott, news article about the opening of the Apple Store, a flower made by Livy, and the Buskers program. We used to call Liv Livy back then. It's heavy. There's a lot of stuff in there. I'm not going to take it out. Maya, how am I supposed to get any work done? Remember when those inks came out, those neon inks? I loved those. The Apple Store opened in our area. We didn't have an Apple Store until 2012. And Scott and Sophie were in this is like the newspaper article, the online newspaper article from our newspaper. And Sophie was sitting like on the floor in the lineup and Scott was standing there. And this is the packaging. This is from the bag. They used to have see-through bags then. And I did my journaling on it. This week, Scott learned that removing grass is harder than planting it. Ooh, I like that. Spooky pictures. We went camping and we didn't have a trailer then. We had to sleep on the ground. Oh, I hated sleeping on the ground. So lots of printables here. These were printables. I recognize these. These are Becky Higgins, but this one is a printable. And this is a printable as well. I think that was a printable. That's our parking pass from the national park that we stayed at. The view from under my tree. I sat under the tree and read, I think, on that trip, if I remember correctly. Some photos of the beach. I remember scrapbooking these. I did a page about those, and I did a page about that too. These are all printables as well. That's a printable, that's a printable, that's a printable. And all of these are printables. That's, I think, a Becky Higgins card. Went through my printable phase, obviously. Got a new core kit, so this is a new bunch of supplies. Minty Arrow, Spearmint, S'mores. Oh my goodness. That sounds so good. That's a printable. That's a printable. That's pattern paper from a collection. And then this is that core kit, whatever that one was called. We're into September now. I scrapbooked that too. I love that photo. I love that photo too. Look at Sophie with her rainbows, even back then. Sophie loves the rainbows. Okay. Wow, this is so much fun. Oh, look, I used the Stepping Stone Alpha from Studio Calico. Writing on photos with white pens and using arrows. That was fun. Kind of like saying things about us, like We Heart the Beatles. We've got the Beatles Abbey Road album right there on the wall in our hallway. It's still there. We live on Abbey Road, so that's why we kind of put that up there. We were listening to Abbey Road, the album, the whole time we were building the house. New ballet outfit for Sophie's dance class. Charlie has a hot spot because we clipped him ourselves. We keep things to go upstairs here. I like that kind of way of explaining the interesting things in a photo. And sweet Maya, look at her. She looks young there. She wasn't, but she looks young. Sisterly encouragement. I'm pretty sure I did a layout about that. I did a layout about that because Liv would climb shimmy up the stop sign, hit the stop sign, and then shimmy back down before she'd get on the bus in the morning. So I got the text that I'm eligible to upgrade my phone and went and got a phone like the same day. I couldn't wait. So yeah, this is kind of interesting. I've seen myself do this a couple times now where I'll take a card, it's often a 3x4, and I'll run a piece of washi tape down the middle of it, and I'll put the journaling with an arrow there and a journaling with an arrow there. That is a good idea. I should do that more. And here I kind of did it with the 4x6. I should do that more often. Like here I've got a sticker instead of a piece of washi tape, but still kind of same thing. Definitely used a lot more washi tape back. Look at Scott. Another way to do tickets, wrap them up with twine. And then Craft and Kate sent me these, and I was in love with them because you couldn't get these here in Canada, not with the grid on them. You could get plain ones, but not with the grid. So I was so happy to have these, and I started using them all the time. It was very trendy. Everybody, all the cool kids were scrapping with those. I was feeling left out. Oh my goodness, Project Life New York City trip. So much scrapping to do. And that layout would have ended up in my travel album with the Disney one. So we went to Disney and New York in the same year. This is where we saw Sue, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I did a layout about her, and that ended up in a magazine as well. More of that core kit, whatever that one was called, the green one. That was from My Mind's Eye, and it matched so well, I had to put it there. And I remember doing that layout. That I have a process video about that. It's about the Bedford candy store. It's about that. We were watching the baby giraffe that was born. There was like a webcam on it. Everybody was watching it. Oh, this is the Stephen. We don't call it the Stephen anymore because Stephen isn't a member of our family anymore. I had one today. Now we call it sometimes we call it the sandwich formerly known as Stephen. This core kit is really nice for fall photos. Like, look at that. And look, they're beautiful. Oh, look at her. Oh my goodness. Oh, look what we saw at the scrapyard. That's a great photo. And Spooktacular Science Halloween Party. That must have been at the Discovery Center. And there we are at it. Right there. Ballet at the LeBrun Center. There she is walking in. And there's Sarah in her boots. Yeah, that core kit is beautiful for the fall. These are on the outside of the photo of the pocket. And because this is a cut page protector, I just stapled the photos in place. It's not even closed. The two photo shoots from their Halloween costumes. Made this little insert page. This is super bulky with the corrugated cardboard and also the layered felt pumpkin. I think that's Recollections. I think this was Simple Stories, like the Snap collections just came out. I'm pretty sure that's what that's from. I didn't care for those. Yeah, that's the one of them too. And so is that. Yeah, they've got like printed things. That's not it, but they've got printed elements instead of, like, I would rather scrap that than have a printed version of it. But anyhow, it makes for fast scrapbooking anyways. Look at how I used to store my Project Life stuff. That was fun. Down in the basement. And now here we are at Christmas. We must be almost done. I documented the setup of my village, which I don't put up anymore because of the cats. Every year I think about selling it and I don't. I don't know if I'll ever get to put it up again. Bare Naked Ladies lyrics. I used to love taking behind the scenes photos of him taking photos because you end up with this great big sheet of paper that you can do your journaling on. Missed opportunity for embellishments here, man. If we can't live together, we're going to die alone. I must have still been watching. So we started that rewatch way back at the beginning of this album and we're still watching it. I think we were watching it. Well, no, I thought it was with Marcel, but Marcel wouldn't have been here that year. This was my scrapaganza. I call these galaxy nails because they have layers of sparkle like our countertop called Galaxy Granite. They look better in real life than in this picture. Yeah, that picture doesn't do them justice. They were pretty cool. And so Tanya and Susan and Jen all came over to my scrap room for a scrapaganza, which I hosted that several years in a row. This is more of those snap ones that I didn't really care for. But they look good. And here we go into using some of my Christmas stash. There's more of those Craft and Kate grid cards from the I think she got them from the dollar store or the office store or something. Holiday busyness. Ooh, lots of journaling here. That must have been our schedule of things we did those days. Ooh, that was busy. Scott got a camera-shaped cake for Christmas. His sister makes artistic cakes. He also got a coffee mug that was the shape of a camera lens. And look at his mustache. He was so funny. This looks like it's Olivia's journal right there. And look at all those Martha Stewart labels all layered together. Perfecting the dramatic faint. Watching trailers for Wreck-It Ralph. They were all fainting on the floor. Ooh, this is pretty. Look, Rod Stewart. Harmony, are you watching? I'm a Rod Stewart fan too. This is Naomi. She was 15 years old here. It's a bit of crud on the pocket. And Charlie, Lives Brownie Troop went to Unicorn Theater. These are all of the tweets from the Halifax explosion. So what happened here was on the anniversary of the Halifax explosion, 1917, December 6th, the archives, the Nova Scotia archives, tweeted out moment by moment as if the Halifax explosion was happening then. So, you know, the news going out and somebody trying to warn people and all the things that were happening and everything. I just printed up the tweets and put them in here. I think they should go that way instead of the way that they were. And there's stuff from our Christmas. I shifted over to using holiday themed paper, although this is pool paper from I forget the collection, but look at the birthday candles. I put birthday candles in my project life. Look at all the candles. They stuck 40 candles in my tiny little 4-inch cake. That was so fun. It was like a blaze, the whole thing. Oh, I'm glad I included the candles. That was fun. And then for the Christmas concert, I just put the photo on this bag. This was something that we had on hand and I didn't know what to do with it, so I thought I'd use it as a mat for my photo, and we had another one, so I used the other one there. Both girls' Christmas concerts. And yeah, this is a page. I just stuck that in this. This is one of those, who made this? Photo Freedom page protectors. It has like a 6x12 and then 3 4x6 pockets on it. But it's a good way to stick something in and have it be secure, because I just secured it right to the page protector. That was a tag on one of my gifts. And Chase, my nephew. Ooh, this is pretty. This is on the outside, so it could go across both pockets. And this is washi tape. Lots of washi tape here. Dear Santa. These are printables. I think that, yeah, what was this from? I can't remember what that was from, but it was some scrapbooker made those. Just using my own stash here to document the holidays. A whole page of Elvin. See you next year, Elvin. All the shenanigans he got up to. I don't think there's a picture for every single day that he was here, but most of the days. Apology letter for eating my own chocolates. For eating my chocolates. So Elvin ate my chocolates that night. And that's the end of the whole album. Farewell 2012. So wow, what were the things that I want to remember again? Use more washi. Use washi as a divider. Paint my nails more. And use more ephemera. That's what I want to take away from this. And use my stash more creatively. Yeah, ephemera. Got to use more ephemera. So thank you for watching. I hope that you found this as fun as I did. Go pull out your old books and have a look through them, because you never know what you're going to learn from your own self. Take care and have a really great scrappy week.